Well, greetings, my brothers and sisters in Christ, and I just wanted to come today to you and bring this quick, brief update. It appears that the eighth king has just declared World War III. Did so last night. Current Caribbean crisis was predictably programmed back in 2011 in an X-Men movie that I actually wrote about back in 2011. I've included a small little clip and the link to the post, which I wrote back in 2011. Well, my brothers and sisters in Christ, it appears as if the eighth king has just declared World War III. Yet so few in the mainstream media are even making any reference to this, or the fact that this naval blockade just announced last night will definitely lead to this. I have included his social post that he posted last night, and it starts off with, quote, Venezuela is completely surrounded by the largest armada ever assembled in the history of South America. It will only get bigger, and the shock to them will be like nothing they've ever seen before, until such a time as they return to the United States of America all the oil, land, and other assets that they previously stole from us. And I'm going to fast forward down to the bottom. And then it says, let's see, all of which must be returned to the U.S. immediately. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Now, it doesn't take a genius with an IQ of a genius to see exactly what the consequences of this are going to be. If and when a bear or a leopard or a dragon tanker, which will be flanked by their naval escorts, what would they do if and when the U.S. tries to intercept these future vessels? This has been the plan, the design all along. Back in 2011, I posted a blog post above regarding the 2011 movie, X-Men First Class, because the movie at one point shows us exactly this very scenario. U.S. naval ships on one side facing off against the Russian naval ships in the Caribbean within the context of World War III. As the movie script highlights this point and these words, these terms throughout the entire movie. Now, over the next few days, pay very close attention to this blockade, because an oil blockade was exactly what was imposed on the Japanese back in 1941. And I added a small brief excerpt from Wikipedia. Quote, Japan and the U.S. engaged in negotiations in 1941 in an effort to improve relations. During the negotiations, Japan considered withdrawal from most of China and Indochina after it had drawn up peace terms with the Chinese. Japan would also adopt an independent interpretation of the Tripartite Pact and would not discriminate in trade if all of the countries reciprocated. However, the Japanese war minister at the time rejected the compromises in China. In responding to the Japanese occupation of key airfields in France, in Indochina, after an agreement between Japan and Vichy France, the U.S. froze Japanese assets on July 26, 1941, and on August 1st, it established an embargo on oil and gasoline exports to Japan. The oil embargo was an especially strong response because all of basically Japan's most crucial import was oil, and it was 80% of the Japanese oil came from the U.S. Now, if you just read or listened to the above from Wikipedia, you could today interchange Japan for the bear, because this is exactly what has been happening over the past several months and years. The oil embargo, or sanctions, which is the more commonly used term in modern geopolitical lingo, is not so much against Venezuela, but rather it's against her allies, the bear and the dragon. The bear's assets are also being frozen in the EU, and they too are being sanctioned. All of this is prepping the stage for a major false flag, something, just as it occurred back in December of 1941. Pray and fast because it's coming fast. Now, I just wanted to reiterate that I will continue to post updates on here. When I can, I will include a small video sample. And when it's not doable, I guess, because of time constraints or other constraints, I'll just post it on the prophecy blog site. But at any rate, I want to just thank you all and continue to pray and fast and continue to please include me in your prayers as well. And just a thanks to all of your support and your prayers. Thank you, and God bless.